Okay. All right, great. So again, thank you for doing this. I really feel that it's important for people to see what a real EFT session is like, and also it benefits the people that are going through our certification program to see like different people, different styles, different clients with a whole host of different issues. So I appreciate it. People are getting a lot out of this series.
No, absolutely.
All right, so we had discussed back and forth in email what you wanted to work on, and if you could just give me sort of the gist of what we had discussed that you really want to get some shift on.
Absolutely. I am a art teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and I have noticed that consistently, usually like about a half an hour before my class, but it will start like an hour before my class, before I've actually left the house, I get this feeling, and I guess we'll describe more the feeling maybe later, but like this tension, this kind of like not wanting to go.
Okay.
And once I'm in the car and once I'm there, it's like I'm in my vibe and I really like what I do.
Yeah.
It's just this feeling of like, it's the before feeling, this consistent fear of going.
Okay. Okay. And does this affect you how does it affect you big picture and like day to day? So you work on a regular basis and it shows up every day in that kind of feeling, but so give me some idea of where we might see this showing up in other areas of your life.
Oh, I just love that question. Big picture, I have a sense that this fear has to do with the feeling that blocks me. What's great about having a job is like I have to go. So I have to work through that feeling and go, and then I get the benefit of all this enjoyment and getting to share something that I really love, which is art. Mm-hmm. Now, when that feeling shows up in other areas of my life that I don't have to show up to,
right.
How it limits me in that it blocks me from having all these experiences that I know I would love, but that fear is blocking me and I don't have to do it. For instance, like I have written and illustrated a ton of picture books, and I have a lot of contacts that I could go and be like, here's my work. But that fear, I know, stops me from taking those steps. And because I don't have to do that, I don't have to give myself this opportunity of exposure. I don't.
Okay.
So how it shows up day to day is really all those areas where I am effectively growing my life, but there's also responsibility involved. I traverse over that rock of anxiety because of the commitment.
So say a little bit more about that. So it's anxiety about that you feel is connected to the commitment of actually like following through and being responsible, or let me just hear a little bit more about that.
No, the anxiety is connected to exposure, connected to this knowing that I'm giving myself an opportunity to be judged, be criticized. I'm putting myself out there. That's the fear. And the responsibility and commitments to my work, like to my teaching, are what have been enabling me to expose myself to that. But it's just, I just don't feel like I need to have that level of, expectation.
That's a perfect explanation. So how about, let's set some goals here for the session, and then things that we look at big picture, and then we look at, okay, how am I going to get evidence that this session actually made a shift forward? And so Is there someone or some organization or some agency or, person that you would, if you got rid of the fear,
Yeah.
you could show one of your picture picture books to, or, just like put yourself out there and open a dialogue with this person? Is there anything like that you can think of?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. So,
And you don't have to say who. Just, is it a person or an organization? A person.
There's a person, and it requires me to take a few more steps on my end, like really just like a couple more steps on my end, and then there'd be room for making that flow.
Okay.
And that's just, dear listeners, that's been in a holding pattern for 6.5 months.
Okay. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. And then, and then for, maybe just beyond this session, I mean, it's really nice when we get those 1 minute or 1 session miracles, but they're not that common. But if we were to say that we're going to drop the percentage of fear putting myself out there as a belief system, 0 to 100%, as you say that, I'm afraid of putting myself out there. Where do you think you are with that right now before we get started? 0 to 100% true. You can even say it aloud. Some people like to just kind of feel into that. I'm afraid of putting myself out there.
I'm afraid of putting myself out there. With this specific project, it's an 8.
So 80% true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about just... But we want to look at this is a belief that follows you throughout different areas of your life. Is it higher or lower than just like the big one?
The big picture is like a 60%. The big picture is so it's like, I'm still doing it. Like I'm doing things like this interview, but
Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's make it that we drop the fear of putting myself out there by at least 30% or so. I mean, when you're talking about these core beliefs that we carry around, even just a few percentage points makes a huge difference in our reality and what we're able to do and what is attracted to our field and all of that. So does that sound like some pretty good goals that we could set for this session?
That sounds amazing, Alina. When you said that, I felt like myself on a slip and slide. I was like, yes, let's do it.
Excellent. Okay, so now, when is the next time you are going to work?
Tonight.
Yay. Okay, perfect. All right. So I want you to think about what you have to do to get ready to get in the car and go to work. So thinking about that, what are you thinking and what are you feeling?
I'm thinking I have to get that painting together. And the feeling is, it's like a shield. I feel it right here in this side of my face. It's like a shield. It's like, I don't want to interface, yeah.
So is it having to put the painting together part or a different part of the steps to get to work?
No, it's just, it's imagining, it's knowing that I can't control people's responses to me and the teaching and their enjoyment of the class and their judgments of the class and their judgments of me, knowing that I can't control that, and being afraid of getting my feelings hurt, being afraid of this sort of, it's anticipating and trying to protect myself from this feeling of, oh, what if they, really don't like me?
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. So I want you to take the steps in your mind to get in your car and go, and tell me, just like even before, you walk out the door, run those steps in your mind and tell me when you're starting to feel that feeling.
Okay. Well, the first thing that happens is I figure out what time I need to be in the car. So tonight I'd look at the clock and I would think, okay, I have to be there at 5 to set up. So I have to leave at 4:45. So that means at 4, I have to start really thinking about collecting my supplies and my thoughts.
Okay.
So basically what happens inside myself is I don't start caring at all until 4.
Right.
And
so,
then, okay,
so let's say that it is 4 and you know, okay, time to prepare.
Time to prepare. And then the shield goes up.
Okay. And are you feeling the shield now?
Yes.
And just so that I use your words as much as possible, what would you call this part of your face? What do you call that?
It's like my cheek or my jaw going down over my throat and covering a bit of my heart.
Okay, so it's cheek and jaw sort of going down, and on the left side of your face here.
Face.
Okay, left
yes.
side. Okay, great. And so would you call that fear? Just imagining it's 4 o'clock, I need to start preparing. You said
I wouldn't.
Fear,
I said fear.
Yeah.
But I think it's more like pulling back or resistance or hesitation.
Great.
Resistance or kind of freezing. Those feel stronger.
Okay. And give me a level of intensity as you're feeling that now, 0 to 10.
8.
Okay. Great. So let's go ahead and start tapping. And if I ask you to repeat anything that doesn't sound true, you'd like to say it in a different way, something else shows up, please know that I want to use your words as much as possible. I want to follow you. And if anything comes up, feel free to interrupt me, correct me, jump in and say it's not landing.
Okay.
All right. So even though I feel all this resistance and hesitation, all of this pulling in my cheek and jaw on the left side, the shield that's going up because I've got to start preparing. Just thinking about doing that tonight. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel all of this pulling and hesitation, this resistance and freezing, in my left cheek and jaw, just thinking about it's 4 o'clock and I've got to start preparing.
Just thinking about it's 4 o'clock and I have to start preparing. I'd rather hide.
I'd rather hide. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though just thinking about tonight at 4 o'clock, I've got to start preparing. But I'd rather hide. And I feel this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. I deeply and completely accept myself. Good. All this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw. All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw.
All of this resistance in my left cheek and jaw.
Okay.
That was good.
So thinking about tonight, you see that it's 4 o'clock, time to start preparing. What are you feeling thinking about that now?
It's a 3.
It's a 3.
And the thought that started, it shifted. So what happened was the tension released, it shifted, and then the thought came up, which felt separate, which was like, I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay. And so thinking about it's 4 o'clock, you're preparing to go, and the thought is, I don't want to get in trouble. Do you feel that anywhere in your body? And is there an emotion connected to that?
Yeah, I feel it. I don't want to get in trouble. And also, like, I don't want someone to get mad at me. You know, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want someone to get mad at me. It's in my heart. It's also a little bit in my stomach. Let me just repeat it again. I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, it's like anxiety in my chest.
Okay. All right. And is this still connected to you preparing to go?
Yeah, because it's that, yes, because preparing opens up in my mind this idea of like, okay, I'm going into the lion's den, like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're preparing to go into the lion's den. You feel this anxiety. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want someone mad at me. And is there anyone in the class or that you work for, you don't have to say their name, that we could just pin that on?
Well, there's one person that's a student that I'm particularly afraid of, but she's also like really supportive all the time, not emotionally, but in her actions. So it's very interesting. Like she helps me clean up and,
Yeah. Okay.
Bizarre.
Okay. So thinking about her.
Yeah.
And I'm preparing, I'm getting ready. I'm going to have to go into the lion's den. I don't want her to get mad at me.
Yeah.
0 to 10 on anxiety.
I don't want her to get mad at me. It's like a 9.
Do you feel it you said your heart? Is that still accurate?
No, it went up to my face.
Great.
Like here. Head.
Okay.
Brain. Eyes.
Great. So even though I feel all this anxiety in my head, preparing to go to work tonight, I have this anxiety. I don't want her to get mad at me. I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel all this anxiety in my head, preparing to go to work tonight, I feel this anxiety that she's going to be mad at me.
Yes, I feel this anxiety that she's going to be mad at me.
I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel all this anxiety, preparing to go to work tonight, I don't want her to get mad at me. I deeply and completely accept myself. Good. This anxiety in my head.
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 Okay.
Have some water, I think.
Yes. Okay. So thinking about, it's 4 o'clock, you're preparing to go, and the thought comes in, I don't want her to get mad at me. The anxiety was a 9. Where would you put that right now?
Okay. Preparing, 4 o'clock. I don't want her to get mad at me. It's a 2 or a 3.
Okay. And so
this is really cool.
And is it still that she'll, she might get mad at you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not, I don't care about that as much anymore.
Okay. But it's still about a 2 or 3?
Yes.
Okay.
And a new thing came up, which was, I care what she thinks about me.
I care what she thinks about me.
But the other is a 2 or 3. They're mad at me. I could feel a lot of distance from that.
Okay. And so, I care what she thinks of me, and I want you to put it into the context of preparing for the class.
Okay.
And is it preparing for the class or something that you might do later on that makes you really particularly strong with, I care what she thinks about me?
Okay, so now I'm preparing for the class. I feel pretty cool about that now. I feel like I'm like my mind's aware that the threats don't exist there. It's like, it's okay to prepare.
Yes.
And then I'm getting in the car. That part's fun. And then going into setting up, and then I care what she thinks of me. It's just, it's like I'm scanning. It's like I'm scanning the students, and, I care a lot about what they think about themselves while they're doing their work too. I don't know if that fits in, but
how about that?
Yes, it does.
How about that she's there? How about that she's there?
It's like I have this sense that she has very strong opinions. And
okay. So
yeah.
let me ask you, what makes you feel that she has strong opinions? Has she ever voiced any of those strong opinions or something that could be perceived as a strong opinion in the past?
No, she hasn't. But does she? But she might remind me of someone. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to follow your direction.
Okay. And so is it, for some people, it's like the image of the person. Ooh, I see their face or something about them, the way they hold their body. For another person, it's the person's energy. For someone else, is the tone of voice. Like, what is it for you?
Yes.
So what is it for you?
What it is for me is that there's not that, like, the word that I'm getting is like caretaker, but I mean it sort of like in a gentle, positive way. There's not that sort of like back and forth of like, how some people let you know that they're okay with you, and you let them know that you're okay with them. There's this sort of like safety blanket that gets made. She's very much not like that. She's very almost like not mechanical, but there's no like validation nuggets being sent. It's very like I really don't know what she's thinking. Kind of thing. And I really don't know why I care so much either.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So tonight, you're there, she's there, and you really don't know what she's thinking. She's just giving you that energy that I don't, don't know what she's thinking.
Just blank. Yeah.
Blank.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me your emotion.
Okay. She's there. I don't know. It's like anxiety and like, there's like panic too. There's like panic. It's like, I need to know, you know what just came to me, Alina? It's like I need to take care of her and I don't know how to. That's what just came to me. It's like, I don't know what's going on for her. And in my classes, I'm very, like nurturing people's creativity is the most important thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really about the product. So, okay. So going back in, there she is. It's like, I don't know how to take care of her, and maybe she's not asking me to. Okay. I'm sorry. Can you ask me the question again?
Yeah, no worries. I'm tracking all this. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so she's there,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting the vibe that she's blank, and I don't know how to take care of her.
Yes. Yes. That's it. Yes.
Okay. So it's still anxiety and panic?
Yeah, because it feels like I need to for some reason. It feels like I need to take care of her.
Okay. And so give me a level of intensity, anxiety and panic, and do you feel that anywhere in your body?
Anxiety, it's still in my head, and it's on the anxiety and panic.
Yes.
It's a 6 or a 7.
Okay. So let's go. Even though I feel this anxiety and panic in my head.
Even though I feel this anxiety and panic in my head.
I'm in the classroom tonight.
I'm in the classroom tonight.
And she's blank.
And she's blank.
And I don't know how to take care of her.
And I don't know how to take care of her.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel this anxiety and panic in my head.
Even though I feel this anxiety and panic in my head.
Because she's blank and I don't know how to take care of her.
Because she's blank and I don't know how to take care of her.
And I need to.
And I need to.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel this anxiety and panic in my head.
Even though I feel this anxiety and panic in my head.
Just thinking about being in the classroom tonight.
Just thinking about being in the classroom tonight.
She's blank.
She's blank.
And I don't know how to take care of her.
And I don't know how to take care of her.
And I feel like I need to.
And I feel like I need to, like it's my job to, like I really need to.
Job to. Great.
It's my job to.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Yep, I deeply and completely accept myself.
Good. This anxiety and panic in my head.
This anxiety and panic in my head.
This anxiety and panic in my head.
This anxiety and panic in my head. Yes.
This anxiety and panic in my head.
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 Okay.
Okay. The anxiety and panic is down to a 4 or a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And the strongest thing is this need to take care of, this need to sort of control probably even her experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the sets goes down just 1 or 2 points, my first thought is, how can I make this more specific? So thinking about being there, and she's giving you this blank, the blankness, and you don't know how to take care of her. I need to take care of her. I want to ask you, why? What happens if you don't take care of her?
Yeah, I want her support. I really want her support.
And if you don't get it?
And if I don't get it, it feels like I'll be like alone. Like if I don't get it, I want her support. Like, okay, so words, Melanie, words. I want her support, and it feels like if I don't get it, then I won't be able to do this work that I want to do so badly. You know, like if my clients, or that I teach art to, or my classes, if they're not benefiting, if they're not receiving benefit, then I won't be able to share this thing that I want to share so badly, which is art and creativity. Like I won't be able to do it. I won't have an audience. I won't have a purpose. We probably could even go that far with it.
Okay.
So
okay.
Is that more specific?
Yes. Yeah. So just thinking about, I'm bringing it back from global to specific.
Yes.
She's there. She's blank. You're not getting support from her. This feeling of, I'll be alone and I won't be able to do this work.
Yeah.
What's the emotion?
Honestly, it's anger right now.
Anger at?
I mean, the word that comes to me is everyone. Anger at
yourself or another person?
Just the whole situation. Like angry at that, like that the pieces aren't coming together. That like the energy's not like, I know anger, just like it should work. Like I know what I have to offer. I know people want it. Why isn't it connecting up? Why isn't the energy flowing?
Great. So anger, 0 to 10, just thinking that you're there and what you're getting from her is blank. And it's not the anger over the situation.
It's an 8 or a 9.
Where do you feel it?
Again, right. Well, more to the left, in like here in my face, forehead, cheek.
Okay.
This hemisphere,
Okay. All right. Even though I feel all this anger in the left side of my face.
Even though I feel all this anger in the left side of my face.
I'm in the classroom tonight.
I'm in the classroom tonight.
She's blank.
She's blank.
And I feel all of this anger.
And I feel all of this anger.
Because it should be, did you say flowing?
Because it should, oh God. It's like,
you say it in your words. I'm following you.
Okay. It's like, all right, I'm going to expose myself here. It's like people should be grateful. Like they should, it should be like, there should be some reciprocation, you know?
I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back to her.
Okay. Her.
Yes.
It's like,
bring it back to her.
Okay. So her, well, it's like it's her. I'm seeing her, and I'm seeing the blankness, and it's like I'm giving all of this, and I'm looking for some sort of affirmation that she wants it, or some affirmation that it's valued, or and as I'm
yes. So 0 to, so that's still anger then?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So even
It's actually like pissed off. That's what
okay,
it's kind of is.
great. Even though I feel pissed off,
Even though I feel pissed off.
just looking at her blankness.
Yes, yes. Just looking at her blankness.
I'm not getting an affirmation and I feel like it's not being valued.
Yeah, yes. I'm not getting an affirmation and I feel like it's not being valued.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel pissed off.
Even though I feel pissed off.
Just seeing her blankness tonight in class.
Just seeing her blankness tonight in class.
I'm getting that it's not being valued.
I'm getting that it's not being valued.
And I deeply and completely accept myself.
And I deeply and completely accept myself. So it's like, why even bother? You know, why even bother? Why even? Yeah.
Okay, good. Even though I feel pissed off.
Even though I feel pissed off.
On the left side of my head.
In the left side of my head.
Just seeing her blankness tonight in class.
Just seeing her blankness tonight in class.
Why even bother?
Why even bother?
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Yep, I deeply and completely accept myself. It's like, why even go? You know, why?
Okay.
Why even go?
Okay. I feel pissed off.
I feel pissed off.
On the left side of my head.
On the left side of my head.
Why even bother?
Why even bother?
Why even go?
Why even go?
I'm looking at her blankness.
I'm looking at her blankness.
And I'm why even go?
I mean, why even go? Why even try?
I feel pissed off.
I feel pissed off.
Why even bother?
Why even bother? Mm-hmm. Well, I don't feel okay. So her pissed off. It's like a 2.
Okay. What do you think is left? Why is it a 2?
It's a 2 because I really do want her to care.
Okay. So let's try some reframing. And if it doesn't land, please let me know.
Okay.
All right. Even though it's still a 2 and I feel slightly pissed off?
Yeah, annoyed. It's like annoyed.
Okay.
Even though it's a 2 and I feel annoyed.
Yeah.
Frustrated, but more annoyed.
Right. Because I really want her to, what was the sentence?
I really want her to care. I really want her to benefit. I really want her to take in all this great stuff I'm offering. Yes. You know?
Yeah. But the truth is.
But the truth is.
I really have no idea.
I really have no idea.
Maybe her blankness is because of something else.
Maybe her blankness is because of something else.
So even though I'm still feeling a little annoyed and frustrated.
I'm sorry, this is so funny. Even though I'm really still feeling annoyed and frustrated.
Because I really want her to benefit.
Because I really want her to benefit.
And some part of me has convinced myself.
And some part of me has convinced myself.
That blankness means she's not valuing what I'm offering.
That blankness means she's not valuing what I'm offering.
But I have to laugh at that.
But I have to laugh at that.
Because it might not be true at all.
She's like the most supportive person in the room.
Okay. All right. So let's pause. All right. Pissed off? Annoyed? Frustrated?
0.
Any of it?
her blankness.
Her blankness.
It's, yeah, no pissed off, 0.
Great. Great.
Zero.
So let's go through you preparing to go. It's 4:00. You know, you got to get ready for class. Anything there?
There's still a 3 of like insecurity about what people are going to think, like the classroom as a whole. I feel like I've developed quite a nice relationship with her right now.
Okay.
You know, she's sort of become my like, oh, but she'll be there.
Yeah. You know, it's good to zero in on one person, because the specifics about that one person and what they're triggering in us is really reminiscent of what this is really about. So I'm going to ask you, do you have any sense of what this might really be about? Like, who might she be representing? Your mother, your father, the blankness, I'm sure, you know, I'm being judged. I need to take care of her and make sure that she's benefiting, all that. Does that bring up anything that it might be related to?
Well, it's related to 2 things, but it's definitely mom, and there's, yeah, it's the main one, I think, is mom. Although there's 2 things that are actually coming up strong, to be honest. Yeah. There's the mom thing in general, you know, that mom dynamic, but there's a memory which is I had to try out to get into kindergarten, and the principal tried me out for kindergarten, and it was very traumatic. And she was really stern. And
it was the principal that was stern?
Yeah, it was the principal, and she was also a teacher. She was the 2nd grade teacher. She wasn't going to be my teacher, but she tried. I had to do these like tryouts, you know, and she did not like me, and she let my mom know that she did not like me, and then my mom got really mad at me, and then I was like in my room. It was a whole thing, you know. But I got in, but like,
okay.
Whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
So, have you ever done Matrix Reimprinting?
No.
Okay, so I think that this would be a really good Matrix Reimprinting round. So, you've seen what it's like. We're tapping on the finger points.
I've never done it, but I know the finger points.
Okay. And then, so I'm going to be just coaching you to, you know, guiding you that most of the time you're just tapping around the finger points, side of hand, maybe wrist if it feels comfortable.
Okay.
And then at some point, I'm going to have you imagine tapping on your younger self.
Okay.
Some people instinctively just kind of tap in the air to track it. Some people tap on themselves to track it. It really doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then at the end of the process, I'm just going to have you put one hand on top of the other so that you're engaging your gamut point.
Okay.
And then that's the end. So let's come up with a piece of this. So do you feel that, and you've done some tapping on this?
I have. I've done rounds.
I had a feeling. So which part do you think we really need to go help that kindergartner with? Is it the scene at school with the principal, or it's a scene at home with mom?
So here's the thing. It's the moment when I'm leaving the, you know, interview tryouts, teacher's there in the doorway, mom's there on the other side of the doorway. I'm leaving teacher and going to mom, and they're having that discussion about how awful I was on top of me. And then they're both looking down at me.
Yeah. So, okay. So
are you excited about school?
Yeah. Are you getting the similarity between you and going to your classroom, and you getting that connection to?
I wasn't until you just said that, but suddenly it's become so clear.
That's brilliant. Okay. So, what is it that, so one of the things that we do with Matrix is really try to do a lot of distancing. It's perfect for that. So that you're really there to help your younger self. You're not in it. You're not experiencing that trauma. You're just helping your little one. And so if I hear language like I might just kind of tweak it and guide you in the process.
Yes.
And is there anything that you draw upon that's kind of like an inner or outer resource that always has you feeling kind of safe? For some people, it's a place or a person or an energy inside. Do you have anything like that that we can draw upon in case we need it to keep you distanced?
Yes. Yeah.
It's what?
So what it is it's the feeling of art making. So just this morning, I associated the color fuchsia with that.
Perfect. Okay. So if I say, okay, now think about and feel the energy of fuchsia, you know what that is.
I'm in it. Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're already in it. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and start tapping on your finger points and side of hand. And I want you to, if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. Some people have to look at their fingers for a while and then they feel comfortable enough. But you can do it with your eyes open. Great. And I want you to go back to that moment in the doorway where you see your kindergartner, yourself in kindergarten, the principal there, and your mother's there. And so do you kind of picture the scene happening in front of you?
I can. I'm pulling myself out of it.
Great. And just remember that fuchsia energy. That's with you.
Got it. Got it. Yep.
Right. All right. So I want you to go ahead and freeze mom and freeze the teacher. I'm sorry, the principal. And I want you to connect with your little one. So it might be, she might already know you, or you might just silently or aloud explain who you are, that you're here to help her.
She knows me.
Excellent. Excellent. Great. I want you to ask her what she's feeling because of what's happening here in the doorway.
Okay. Can I say what she's feeling out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. What? I'm just. She's feeling just so alone because she felt like so excited and just thrilled to be in the classroom.
Yes.
And how could that be bad?
Right.
How could that possibly be bad? Why weren't they just so thrilled about me? How could I possibly have just gotten in trouble?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And does she feel that anywhere in her body? Can she show you or tell you?
Okay, so it's sort of, the feeling for her is sort of like, it's sort of devastation and, sorry, I'm looking at her, that's why, and confusion and like shutdown. And she feels it in her heart, you know, because she didn't want to make anyone mad.
Yeah. Is there a color there?
Blue.
Okay. And so using your intuition, what colors need to go into her heart to start easing and lessening and changing that blue in her heart?
Like one of those oil sticks in oily and then it all swirls around like a tie-dye.
Great.
Because she was right. That's the thing. She was right and she needs to know it.
Right. Okay. Good. So go ahead and take her, so go ahead and just send those colors to her heart and take her hand and tap on the side of it.
Okay. Take her. Okay.
Great.
Got it.
Perfect. I want you to say, even though you're feeling confused and shut down.
Even though you're feeling Oh, this is amazing. Even though you're feeling confused and shut down.
I'm here to help you through this. You're not alone.
I'm here to help you through this. You're not alone.
Good. And go ahead and start tapping on the rest of her points. You're feeling shut down and confused.
You're feeling shut down and confused.
You're feeling like you did something wrong and made a mistake.
You're feeling like you did something wrong and made a mistake.
You're feeling like there's something wrong because you were so excited.
You're feeling like there was something wrong because you were so excited, like you're wrong because
Right.
you were so excited.
But you're not wrong at all. You're right.
You're not wrong. You were right. You were right. You were right. That enthusiasm was right.
Great. That enthusiasm is right.
That enthusiasm is right.
And you're not alone. I'm here to help you through this.
And you're not alone. I'm here to help you through this.
And you're going to be okay.
And you're going to be okay.
Great. All right. Excellent. Go ahead and go back to tapping on your finger points inside of hand. And check on her now and see how she's feeling now.
Okay, how are you feeling? She said she wants to come home with me.
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to live the rest of the story. She just wants to come home with me.
Okay.
And that's okay with me.
That's okay, but let's get through this part.
Okay.
Okay. So, so what's happening here so mom is, the principal was talking to mom and saying things.
Yeah.
Okay. And because mom was there and listening, and the principal was there and saying these things in front of her in the doorway about her, what does this little one now believe about herself or the world as a result of that?
I'm alone. Because
mom
totally believed this teacher. It was like they were just in cahoots.
Right. Right. Great. And and the feeling of being exposed, is that part of this too?
Yeah, because I was really vulnerable. I was really excited and vulnerable and in it. And then it was like everyone was mad.
Right.
Wow. That's just like what it's like to teach. Yep.
Yeah. So, from your higher self and all the ways you've grown, evolved since you were in kindergarten, from your higher self, what would you like to share with her about I'm alone, I'm exposed, I'm vulnerable, all these things that she believes? What would you like to share with her to help her with that, instead of that, with your higher self speaking?
It's like we're all in this together, and sometimes people get mad, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us at all. And that's mainly it. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. People just get mad. People just get mad. That doesn't have to do with you. That's the main thing. That doesn't have to do with you.
Yes. Great.
And it's not your job to fix it. It's not your job to do it. You shouldn't have done it differently. You did it perfectly. Yeah. That bunny was really exciting.
Okay. So is she listening to that? You're getting a sense that it's landing?
Yeah, she is, but she doesn't trust the big people,
Okay,
but
great.
she's listening.
Great. So I want you to ask her how she would like to know that it's not her job to fix it, that these people are just getting mad, not to do with her, that enthusiasm is okay. What would she like to have happen here that would confirm that to be true?
Okay.
Just ask her.
What would she like to have happen here?
Yeah, she'll come up with something good.
Well, what would you like to have happen here? I keep getting get this, she like this, there's like this image of like a gem, like a star. It's like a powerful, it's like power basically is what it is. I'm not sure if this is what we're looking for, but
yeah, that's fine.
She needs to know that even if the big people are mad, that she is going to be taken care of, that she can still shine, that she can still be excited, that she can still go for it. She needs to know that the source of things comes from her star. It doesn't come from their opinions.
Okay.
Does that sound enough like a kid? Maybe I'm not listening well enough.
No, that's fine. Just confirm that's what she, just explain, just silently or aloud confirm that that's what she wants.
Is that what you want? Yeah, she needs to know that she's okay. Like that, yeah, she needs to know that she's got what she needs, that she's doing great. She's going to be able to do the things. There we go. She's going to be able to do the things like go to school, like do these things she really wants to do, even if people are mad.
Okay. And how would she like to know that?
How would you like to know that? At that age, how would you like to know that? Okay, Mel, how do you know that? You know what she said was she just said, she said, I believe you. Me.
Yeah.
She believes me.
Would it help for her to know that she actually gets the part?
Yeah, that she gets to do it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Everyone would be thrilled about that. Yes, you get to do it. We're going to do it. We're doing it. We've done it.
How is she doing now?
She's getting better and better. To that part, Alina, that you just offered, that if she and I, all the ages really knew we could do it, that would be a thrill.
Okay, so let's just have that happen. That everybody in that doorway just knows that that's what happens.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, everyone, it's all okay. Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
How's she doing?
She's just holding my hand. We're both kind of taking this in.
Perfect. And if something has to happen with that star energy, let that happen too for her.
Okay. We got wrapped up in the star energy.
Good. How's she doing?
She's holding onto my leg, but she's doing well, in like the cozy, but like a we're really good friends way.
Great. Does she need anything else from either the principal or her mother in this?
Does she need anything from them? Like if they could give anything?
ask her what would be the best thing that could happen right here.
Oh, okay. Okay, what could be the best thing right here? They like snap, they come to a realization, and they look at each other, and they look down at her, they crouch down, and they both say, oh my gosh, we are so sorry. You are amazing. We're so happy that you're so excited to learn. I was just in a bad mood. I was really in a bad mood. And then mom says, oh, I was just so afraid that you weren't going to get in because this school was going to be so good for you. But that was me. I was afraid. And the teacher says, and I've been sick and just grumpy my whole life. And just right now, I realize that all I want to be is happy like you. And I'm so sorry that we were so mean to you. I can't wait for you to start school. I can't wait to start school either. Okay.
Okay. How's she doing after that?
This is great. Let's all start school again, right? You can come to school too, Mom. So can you, teacher. Let's do it again. Let's just do it again.
Okay.
Oh, yay.
All right, good. So does she want them to do it again with her? Like what is she?
No, not with her. She wishes she wishes the best for them, like they can do it again. But let's like now we're all on the same page,
Right.
We're on the same page. We've got our compass. And
I'm just checking that feeling like she's got to take care of them is not there. So
it might be there a little bit. Let's see. She doesn't want to take care of them, but she does feel like she should a bit.
So ask her what needs to happen for that piece.
Wow, you are so generous. Okay. Okay. Alina. No, not Alina. Mel, what needs to happen for you to know that you don't have to take care of them? Oh, okay. The star energy needs to go to them too.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Great.
There it goes. See that star energy, little Mel? That's their star energy too. See that? You actually can't do it.
Excellent.
You can't do it.
Excellent.
But that star energy can. They're not alone either.
Great.
They're not alone either.
Great. Excellent. Okay. Now what would she like to do?
Okay. Have a drink of water, I think. Wow. Melly, what do you want to do? Okay. She's kind of like, this has all been kind of heavy. I really would like to go outside and play.
Good.
I really just like to go outside and play a little bit.
Good. Let's go outside and play. What would she like to do outside? And where? What outside?
We're going to play wall ball, and we're in that playground of that school, and we're playing wall ball, and we're just kind of whacking the ball.
Excellent.
Running and whacking the ball.
Okay. How's she feeling?
So just together. Great. Well, okay. How are you feeling? She's happy to be with me. She's happy to be outside. She still has energy going back into to the teacher, to the principal, and to mom. She still has energy. She's concerned for their mood. She's concerned. She's happy to be away from them, but she's concerned.
Why is she concerned?
Because she still feels like she has to go back with them and like be in their world. And if if they're not consistently remembering that it's not her fault, she can get shut down again and blamed again and pointed at her again.
Okay. Does this have to do with other times? Ask her.
Does this have to do with other times? I think it does. I mean, what she said to me was it has to do with other times that things have happened and she blamed herself.
I got
Things
it.
have happened with mom and dad. Yeah.
So I want you to reassure her that you're going to do some more work with the other little Mels that need it. That need the help. But right now, she can just focus on playing wall ball with you and having fun.
Right. Okay. Right. Yes.
Great.
Okay.
Is there anything that would be even make this like the cherry on top with her being outside playing wall ball with you?
The best thing right now, which I know doesn't make.
Ask her.
Okay. She wants. What could make this great?
Yeah, so she's outside playing wall ball with you. What would make this even just a little bit better?
Was she keeps saying is she just wants school to start right now, you know? She just wants school to start right now. She wants the kids and go back in the classroom and let's do it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, she can't wait.
Can't.
Exciting.
So that yeah, great. Where's that excitement showing up in her body? If anywhere.
It's in her chest, but then it's like shooting out of her arms and out of her head. But the chest is where it starts.
And is there a color with that?
Fuchsia.
Excellent. All right, just put one hand on top of the other in your chest. And I want you to bring that fuchsia energy, that excitement, that positive, happy memory in through the top of your head. Imagine that rewiring all the neural pathways with this new information, this new scene, all of her excitement, all of her happy kid energy. Have that fuchsia go down to all the cells of your body, that feeling of excitement, the sight, smell, sounds, taste, colors of that scene. Bring all that information into your heart center. Have it grow, expand, and intensify. Turn up the intensity of that fuchsia color. When it feels like it's ready, go ahead and exhale that out through your heart, sending it 360 degrees in every direction. All right. Good job. How are you feeling?
Excited to prepare for my class.
Really? That's fantastic.
Yeah, really. And the main color, which I didn't realize this, really what the main color of the painting tonight is pink.
Oh, that's great.
So there you go.
All right. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to check on your little one and see how she's doing. How's little Mel doing?
She's holding onto my leg. She's doing better and better, you know. She's doing better and better.
Where do you see her?
She's you mean she's on my leg?
Yeah. Is she still in the doorway?
No. We're in the playground and we're just kind of standing there looking at the cloud.
Okay. She's doing okay.
Yeah, she's really really into me.
Perfect. Okay, so I want you to think about going and approaching the person. You said there were a couple of steps that needed to happen before you approach that person. That you want to connect with about your work. How is that feeling? Are you able, you feel it, you thinking about that? How does that feel?
Wow, this is very interesting. When I thought about that, immediately I made the association between permission to get this book published with permission to be in kindergarten. And
Ah,
yeah, immediately that association got made, and I'm experiencing a friendly road. I feel ready. You know, we'll see if I do. We'll see if I do those steps.
okay.
That I won't know until it's happening. But when I think about it, at least approaching the people, I feel excited. You know, I feel excited, like they could be other big Mels.
Right. Yeah, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want you to think about this idea of, you know, if you put yourself out there, if you might be judged, you know, people might not like you or like it, like the work, like putting, you know, the exposure, the vulnerability aspect of what we were working on. How does that just, I know it's global, but like kind of tune into that, and how does that feel now?
There's something very different happening where it feels much like what we did in the Matrix Imprinting, where it feels like I've got this one camp of big mouths, little mouths, other people that are feeling happy and feeling good. Not like people have to feel happy, but that are like positive
Yeah.
interaction.
Yeah.
And then there's this cluster of negative interaction. And instead of that negative interaction feeling like the thing I need to go through, I feel myself just going towards the positive interaction instead. Like, so yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Like there's more, like the world has the world has divided, but it kind of has, you know?
Excellent. All right. And so give me a deadline when you're going to take the first step towards contacting that person, reaching out with your work.
Well, I have a couple more illustrations to finish, and my deadline for finishing those, I'm going to contact her mid-March. Let's say March 15th.
Okay. All right. So, and so the first step is to finish the illustrations. Is there any resistance or hesitation to do that?
Yeah, there is. There is. That's probably, and then that I need to work on.
Okay, perfect. Great.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of excitement about what the reaction on the other end might be.
There's a lot of excitement.
Excellent.
And that excitement is going to help a lot with the resistance.
Excellent.
And, you know, I almost feel like it's a pattern that needs to be repracticed. It's more like that.
Yes. So that's your homework assignments to tap through when you're doing the illustration or sitting down to do them, to tap on that remaining resistance. But I think it's in a good place, and you're going to let me know whether you follow through on this.
I am. And I'm really grateful for that.